She never complained about fate, nor did she wait for someone to save her. Instead, she wrote a family saga of 12 using her talent, all because she was a mother. Let's lighten things up. You won't believe this is a true story about a mom. Today's movie recommendation is The Goose That Laid the Golden Egg. This is a story based on true events. The protagonist is Evelyn, who has been grinding alongside her husband Kelly for 20 years, but life has been a real slip and slide downwards. One child after another arrived, cramming 12 people into a tiny rental house. It felt like a closed reality show, where the kids' laughter gradually got drowned out by the sounds of dinner table drama. Poverty brings unease and makes dignity a luxury. One day, the landlord abruptly demanded they vacate in just 3 weeks. The kids frantically asked Dad what to do. "Don't worry, dear. Mum always washes her hands of it," which really hinted at his habit of passing the buck to her. Faced with her husband's avoidance of responsibility, Evelyn could only swallow her grievances silently, as Kelly's meager factory job made ends barely meet. Kelly was also obsessed with betting, as if the household finances were not already teetering on the edge. Not being in debt was a blessing. Yet some may ask why she didn't divorce, as in 1950s USA, it was almost social suicide for women. She would lose custody of her kids, her financial support, and society would slap a family failure label on her. For Evelyn, who had 10 kids, there was no choice. The only silver lining was her knack for writing. She kept entering advertising contests, using the prize money to barely keep the family afloat. One day, 2 strangers appeared at her door, and Evelyn thought they were there to kick them out. To her surprise, they were TV show staff, and her ad had actually won the jackpot: $5,000, a new bike, a washing machine, and a fridge. Prizes were like a timely rain, easing the family's urgent needs. That moment of joy was like a bright spot in her years of hardship. Every mother might have had that fleeting moment when fate finally blinked at her, but reality always reminds her who really holds the power. Sadly, hard work doesn't always bring power. Soon, they paid a down payment at the property firm with the prize, Evelyn full of hope. She was all set to sign her name until the realtor's words left her speechless. At the time, whoever got the mortgage had to sign, and Kelly didn't hesitate to put his name down. Evelyn poured her heart and soul into this family, but didn't even have the right to sign her name. In this household, she was the silent. She used her talents to trade for food and shelter, yet society habitually piled family responsibilities onto women while coldly erasing their accomplishments. Subtitles. They finally moved into their new home, with the kids eagerly anticipating a fridge filled with delicious treats, while Kelly just kept on complaining, and Evelyn was practically begging. Finally, on Evelyn's insistence, she stayed, but on their very first night in the new home, she faced a major life test. At night, Kelly's team lost, and for her, it was the perfect excuse to completely unravel all her rational masks. In the men work, women stay home era, a man's ability to support was almost his whole identity and value. Yet Kelly had neither high income nor dream fulfillment, barely making a living, while his wife Evelyn became the family's backbone with her meager writing income. This reversal of roles deeply stabbed at Kelly's fragile ego. He acted disinterested in every prize Evelyn received while secretly feeling the churn inside. The older kids had become used to it, while the younger ones hadn't learned how to ignore it yet, anxiously snuggling into their mother's embrace. Her emotions were like a loose kite, flapping wildly around the house, especially aimed at the washing machine Evelyn won, causing neighbors to call. The police arrived quickly, but instead of violence, it turned into a brotherly chat between the cops and Kelly. The one who actually handled the issues was the quiet woman cleaning up. After the cops left, a priest came to check in. She hoped for priest support, but he urged her to understand her husband, saying men drinking was reasonable. She was even advised to be considerate of her husband. This wasn't the first time a woman had been softened and tamed by the joint forces of the institution and society. Her plight echoed the subtitles. Enduring violence, she learned to appear calm. Next day, Kelly greeted kids with a smile as if nothing had occurred. As if yesterday's drama was just a bad dream, not a nightmare the family couldn't shake off. Evelyn asked him for money for milk, and Kelly replied, "Hey, who made this mess on the fridge?" He laughed off while boasting that he was going to fill the fridge with steak this week, and reminded her once again before, "Gotta pay for the milk today," Telly said, rummaging through his pockets and pulling out some coins, which clearly were not enough. "This is all I have." This mumble felt like an indictment of a man dodging his responsibilities. As for the upcoming problems, he had to figure that out himself. How exactly was he going to fill the fridge with steak? It was pure self-delusion. Classic empty talk with no substance behind it. Such empty promises were his self-reassurance. I'm still the man, able to care for you. The reality was he couldn't even buy milk, let alone steak. When the milk arrived, Evelyn was scrounging around for change. Just then, the little one had made a mess while playing with her brother, adding to the chaos. Amidst all the crying, Evelyn wore many hats simultaneously. While helping the two little girls wash their hands, she also had to change her baby son like a whirling dervish. "It'll be right there, I'm on my way." "Come on, lady, hand it over." "Just a moment. Please don't leave. I'm coming right now." She pleaded lowly with the milkman, but no matter what she said, he wouldn't budge. Just when she was at her wit's end, suddenly the mailman showed up, handing her $2 from a poetry contest she entered, which helped her out in a pinch. "Mom, I've done this for you, honey."